हेलो बच्चों, कैसे हैं आप सभी? सो as a reminder which I give you every day, do not forget to keep looking at your main syllabus. Connect the whatever article you read from newspaper with your main syllabus and keep solving PYQs so that you can have a proper nerve of the exam which you are prepared for, that is UPSC Civil Services. So with this daily reminder, let's take up our first article. Well, there are only two articles to be read today and are of any significance to us for with respect to our preparation. So अगर किसी पर्टिकुलर डे के एडिशन में जो हम दिल्ली एडिशन यूज़ करते हैं द हिंदू के डिस्कशन के लिए, सो डोंट थिंक कि आज तो कुछ आर्टिकल नहीं आया, लेट मी रीड सम अदर न्यूज़पेपर एंड फाइंड आउट सम रेलिवेंट आर्टिकल्स और रेलिवेंट करंट अफेयर्स. But I will tell you not to do all these things. It's not required that you have to read something or other thing, and if you're reading one newspaper, you don't need to keep on hopping from one newspaper to another to find out current affairs. जिस दिन ज़्यादा आर्टिकल्स नहीं है इंपॉर्टेंट, कोई बात नहीं, टाइम सेव करिए. जो भी आप मंथली कंपाइलेशन पढ़ रहे हैं आप वहाँ से उसको रिवाइज कर लो. सो द आइडिया इज टू कंप्लीट न्यूज़पेपर, कंप्लीट करंट अफेयर्स. It doesn't mean that you have to read at least 4 or 5 articles. Even if some news piece is not there in your article, you have to go and read another newspaper. Not required. Okay, so with this reminder, let's take our first article, and that is about dog and human coexistence. Okay, एंड बहुत सारे लोग ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि क्या डॉग्स की कलिंग कर देनी चाहिए, क्या डॉग्स शुड बी killed or they should be removed from the streets and the society. एक आपने न्यूज़ अगर आप फॉलो करते होगे तो there was a news about a high profile death of a person. Parag was the name and he was the executive director of वाघ बाकरी चाय. वाघ बाकरी ब्रांड है, आप चायोस जाते होगे, जिनको चाय पसंद है चायोस में वाघ बाकरी रखते हैं वो लोग, दे सेल इट. सो द एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर ऑफ द वाघ बाकरी, दैट इज पराग, he died of the fear of a dog. He fell and some blood clot was there in the brain. So because of this high profile death of a person due to fear of the dog led to this uproar and debate about the coexistence or the elimination of the dogs from the society. तो ये आर्टिकल उसी के बारे में है, दिया हुआ है ह्यूमन डॉग रिलेशनशिप, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड कोएग्जिस्टेंस. सो व्हाट आर द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स, व्हाट आर द वे अहेड, व्हाट हाउ इज देयर एनी नीड ऑफ अ कोएग्जिस्टेंस. एक बहुत अच्छा इसमें रिपोर्ट इन्होंने कोट किया है दैट इन यूनाइटेड किंगडम ऑल द डॉग्स वर eliminated. So because dogs were eliminated, so other species, other animals like foxes filled in the place. क्योंकि इस आर्टिकल में बोला गया कि जो foxes हैं, and it is truth also that fox and the dog occupy the same ecological niche. So if you remove one set of animals, it will be filled by another set of animals. So dogs were removed, foxes started filling the space. तो इसकी ये दिखाता है कि एक बैलेंस की ज़रूरत है rather than complete elimination of the dogs from the streets. तो पहला लाइन अब पढ़ो यहाँ पे जो दिया हुआ है, how then can we resist these reactionary impulses. जैसे कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि कुत्तों को मार दो, कुत्तों को स्ट्रीट से भगा दो या किलिंग कर दो उनकी. So the question it raises is how then can we resist these reactionary impulses and fruitfully build on the wealth of work in the fields of ecology, public health, canine ethology, canine anything related to the animals जो है उनको canine बोलते हैं, ethology and urban dynamics to come to a more sophisticated and integrated understanding of these issues. तो एक तो ये है एक question it has asked, and the line which is of importance to you to be read is extreme instances such as mauling cannot be taken to be representative of the overall human dog relationship. मौलिंग मतलब जो झपट करके कुत्ते बाइट कर लेते हैं या बहुत देर तक they keep on attacking because of there has been a lot of child deaths. So this line is referring to those instances. Then and the line, dogs like all other animals including human beings are beings whose motivations cannot always be known to us. ये बोल रहा है कि बिकॉज जो डॉग्स हैं लाइक ऑल ऑफ अस लाइक ह्यूमंस ऑल्सो, उनकी मोटिवेशंस को वी कैन नॉट प्रेडिक्ट. दिस लाइन हैज बीन गिवन. सो व्हाट शुड वी डू इन सच सिनेरियोज? दीज आर ऑल थिंग्स व्हिच हैव बीन बिल्ट अप. एक लाइन है ट्रैजिक, जो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया, ट्रैजिक पासिंग ऑफ हाई प्रोफाइल बिजनेसमैन इन अहमदाबाद इन अक्टूबर लास्ट ईयर एंड सब्सिक्वेंट एक्सपोजर ऑफ एंटी डॉग sentiments in media and public discourse is an exemplary case in how this conflict can move to a different level. So the next thing, mass culling, मतलब मास में रिमूव कर दो by killing the dogs. Mass killing or the eradication of street dogs through other means such as confinement in shelters is not appreciated by the writer of the article. Culling is really an effective or workable solution. Culling is not a good solution. Why? I told you that there is a study that this line, read about this line. This was the most important line in the entire article, that eradication can exacerbate the situation by triggering unpredictable ecological changes that may be unwelcome in the United Kingdom. For instance, in the United Kingdom, आप ये study को quote कर सकते हो सकता है question पूछा जा सकता है. Last year there was a question on suicide. Hugging has replaced the child hugging has been replaced by phones and social media, etc. So why not this could be a probable area of a question. The United Kingdom में the street dogs were successfully eliminated through killings and removal. Foxes have come to live in the ecological niche vacated by dogs as in cities and towns. These foxes and other animals such as gulls, which occupy similar niche, are now considered by some as pests and nuisance, even attracting controversy around suspected attacks on children. In effect, simply reproducing many of the same old problems. So बोल रहा है कि same जो ये problems हैं, जैसे कि foxes आ चुके हैं because they occupy the same similar niche, now considered by some as pest. तो अब pest हो गए हैं foxes, and बहुत सारे nuisance भी create हो जाएगा. Again बहुत सारी controversy because they are attacking children. तो same problem, we are back to square one, that is dogs were attacking children, humans, and we got quite the society got quite nuisance and fearful of these dogs. So dog तो eliminate कर दिया, तो अब foxes आ गए. तो इस तरीके से जो भी animals will keep on occupying the vacant species के हम सब की culling सबको मारते जाएंगे. So this has been criticized in the article. उसके बाद next है जो दिया हुआ है, जो line important है पढ़ने के लिए. What this study shows is that the different issues, rabies, bites, public feeding, nuisance associated with dogs may need different response. So ये तो argument था against the cullings. तो solution क्या हो सकता है? Solution has been mentioned. What are the solutions? Let's look at the solution which has been cited by the writer. The first point is local context relevant actions. Our energies must be geared towards improving our understanding of the drivers of different types of conflict to develop suitable intervention. क्या होना चाहिए? Relying on suitable solutions that are really successful in building healthy societies. This is not good. इसने coexistence की बात की कि there should be a coexistence, ठीक है? उसके बाद socialize करो street dogs को, you know, and then the way we look at dogs, that should be changed. Our attitude towards dogs should be changed. And also another thing is that socialize the street dog population, vaccinate करना है उनको, influx of new dogs and maintenance of neutered, vaccinated and socialized street dog populations in their locality so as to reduce incidence of conflict. तो जो conflict के incidences हैं उनको reduce करना है, कैसे? vaccinate करना है, socialize करना है उनको और neuter करना है, right? So these are the some of the solution which has been mentioned. Then better solid waste management as way to control carrying capacity of known flash points such as garbage dumps, and very crucially public education programs to teach people, both adults and children, how to safely interact with dogs. So how to, बहुत अब dogs हैं, they are innately fearful of humans. अगर सोशलाइज नहीं है, जो स्ट्रीट डॉग्स हैं, दे आर नॉट यूज्ड टू ऑफ बीइंग इन कांटेक्ट विद ह्यूमंस. तो अब स्ट्रीट डॉग रास्ते में यू नो अगर देख जाओ और आपको आपका प्यार उमड़ रहा है कुत्तों के लिए, तो आप you should be aware, right, that you should not approach the dogs from very close physical proximity. Obviously they'll attack back, they think that you're coming to attack or snatch away something from them because they're not used to being in close physical contact with humans. So humans, the people, should be made aware that how they should interact with the street dogs. Then these are the solutions which has been mentioned. Summary के form में I have whatever I have discussed, I have given you there, like how you should human dog conflicts and coexistence, human dog interaction कैसा होना चाहिए, finding from research which we read about United Kingdom that foxes replace foxes filled in the space created by the culling of the dogs, and the local context and relevant actions क्या क्या होना चाहिए. So this is the summary of the entire article. Practice question क्या हो सकता है? पहला अगर हम practice question देखें, what kind of question could be asked from this article? How can we move beyond black and white positions and understand the complexity of human dog interactions? So this question, how we can we move beyond black and white positions, मतलब या तो डॉग ब्लैक मतलब dogs are bad, white no, like there are two sections of society or human beings, like एक बोलते हैं dogs are our friends, they're so caring, they're so loving, they're so affectionate, so we should have dogs. There are other sections of the society who say that the dogs are quite harmful things, and they attack our children, because of which there was a high profile death also. There are multiple videos which are circulating on YouTube and the social media that dogs are attacking the children on the street and they're killing. तो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट पोजीशन नहीं रखनी है, देयर शुड बी अ बैलेंस पोजीशन. उसी को आपको डिस्कस करना है बाय साइटिंग द एग्जांपल, द स्टडी व्हिच वी रेड एंड देन सम ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन दैट वी डिड सी. यही इस आंसर में आपको मेंशन करना है. क्वेश्चन, दूसरा क्वेश्चन किस तरीके से आ सकता है, हाउ वी कैन मूव बियॉन्ड ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट पोजीशंस एंड नेशनल कॉम्पिटिशन. या सेम इज द आंसर. या आई थिंक आई हैव रिपीटेड, I have put the same question and answer again. So yes, this is the kind of question which you can expect. Let's move to the second article, and that is bonds, big money and an imperfect democracy. What part of the syllabus that first article which we discussed comes to? Environmental coexistence paper 1 में आएगा, ठीक है. And paper 2, this is about governance, policy and elections, ठीक है. That is about paper 2. This particular topic, bonds, big money and an imperfect democracy. When this was in news, when this electoral bond scheme was eliminated, removed by the Supreme Court in its judgment, we did cover electoral bond scheme in detail. What was the electoral bond scheme, what are the provisions of it, where the Supreme Court took question on each provisions and on what basis, that also we discussed. We discussed about case Puttaswamy case, we discussed about doctrine of proportionality, etc. We did discuss in detail. This article is all about the same thing being discussed, being scrutinized and being criticized on the same, and it is saying that what if electoral bond scheme could eliminate the existence of black money funding of the electoral process, electoral entire the process जो elections का, उसमें से black money remove कर देते, तो how what beautiful outcome we could have achieved as a democratic country. But electoral bond scheme could not do it. So this has been critically discussed in this article. Context क्या है, electoral bonds scheme that has been declared unconstitutional by Supreme Court. हमने सेम चीज पढ़ लिया. If this had happened, वो बोल रहे अगर ब्लैक मनी जो हटाने, ब्लैक मनी रिमूवल का जो पर्पस था थ्रू ब्रिंगिंग by bringing electoral bond scheme from the electoral funding, अगर ये आ चुका होता, पॉसिबल हुआ होता, this could have transformed the entire nation as a whole and benefited the entire nation by bringing lot of changes or positive changes in electoral, the way elections happen in the country. The gap between the professed and the actual, तो बोल रहे जो पर्पस था, जो प्रोफेस कर रहे थे, बट जो एक्चुअल आउटकम है, there is a huge gap. We have already gone through detail about the electoral bond scheme. Let's not invest much time in reading this article, but if I give you the summary में क्या है, electoral bonds and corruption in Indian politics. Because the electoral bonds, there was a possibility of corruption in the Indian politics. There is a gap between profession and actual Indian politics that is there. Systematic corruption and illegality in Indian politics is also there. Cronyism and policy manipulation in Indian politics, because the money, lot of outcomes and lot of decisions, lot of policy decisions of the government could have been influenced. The more the funding, the more the influence in policy making of the government in favor of the higher proportion of the funding source. All right. So this has been the summary of the article. This is how this article has been discussing about the electoral bond scheme. 2021 में एक क्वेश्चन आया था, ठीक है. अगर आपको लगता है कि क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है इस आर्टिकल का, तो एक क्वेश्चन देखिए प्रीलिम्स का. Which one of the following effects of creation of black money in India has been the main cause of worry to the government of India? तो आंसर इसका करेक्ट ऑप्शन क्या है, डी, loss of revenue to the state exchequer due to tax evasion. So this is not directly related to the article and electoral bond scheme. पहले हमने electoral bond scheme पे काफी ज़्यादा already discussion कर रखा है. Please go back and watch those sessions. Let's not repeat. Let's not do the same thing which I've already done. Let's save our time and invest it somewhere else. Try to practice more questions. Try to revise which you have already done if there are no much articles to be covered on that particular day. So this is the answer. Option D is the answer. This was asked in UPSC 2021 about the effects of the black money creation in on the government of India. So this is the answer. So this kind of question you can expect on the black money, etc. So this is the today's newspaper, and there was nothing much to be read from today's article. That is why no need to bother much, no need to go and read another article or other news. This is it, and save your time, revise revise the conventional part of your syllabus. I'll see you tomorrow's daily newspaper analysis. Till then, all the best, keep reading well. Tathastu.